of Mavs TV.
The Mavericks NBA Cup hopes may be hanging by a thread, but the real focus is on getting a much-needed win tonight versus the Pelicans. Dallas has played in more close games than any team in the league, struggling to get wins in clutch time situations. But the Mavs can turn the page tonight, learning from their past setbacks to secure success when they need it the most.
NBA Cup group stage action is on tonight at American Airlines Center. It's great to have you tuned in for Mavericks basketball as the New Orleans Pelicans visit American Airlines Center for the second time in November. Earlier this month, P.J. Washington Jr. had a double-double in a game against New Orleans. We did not see Zion Williamson in that game. We will see Zion tonight, who just returned on Wednesday from a hamstring injury. With Devin Harris, I'm Mark Followell. Great to have you tuned in tonight. We are looking forward to this Mavs-Pelicans matchup for a number of reasons. One is Cooper Flagg is back tonight, Devin, after missing the last game. And this is going to be fun tonight. Coop's matching up against a high school teammate of his at Montverde Academy, Derek Queen. So that will be an intriguing part of this Mavs-Pelicans game.
Yeah, I never had the chance to go against a high school teammate. I did go against a high school rival. I'm sure the rules are the same. A lot of bragging rights. Watch these two go at it, but Coop missed the last game due to an illness, but since the stretch of him playing power forward, he's been dynamic. Reactionary with his reads, not thinking as much. A big second half scorer. The ball's going to be in his hands in the fourth quarter. We talk about this team playing a lot of clutch games, so look to him to get started early, but if he starts slow, second half will be a big deal.
17 points, over 50% in the last 8 games. Now, his high school counterpart is a rookie for the Pelicans, Derek Queen. Since last we saw New Orleans, Devin, they moved him into the starting lineup. He needed a couple of games to adjust, but the adjustment ended on Wednesday when he dropped 30 on Denver.
Yeah, I have to apologize, Derek Queen. I was unfamiliar with your game, but he's got a lot of game in that bag. A big man with guard-like skills, very unorthodox, not the most athletic, not the fastest, but gets it done in a Jokic type of way. Can score in a variety of different ways, and he gave Nuggets all kind of problems with that offensive firepower that he has. Since he's moved to the starting lineup, they're depending on him to be more efficient offensively.
30 points, 30 minutes, add in 9 rebounds, and he shot 12 of 18 from the floor. That's the second time he's had that shooting line in their last 5 games. The 30 points is tied for the third most by a rookie in the NBA this season. It's the Mavericks and the Pelicans tonight at American Airlines Center. We know Dallas needs more scoring. Someone who can provide it off the bench is Jaden Hardy. We've seen an uptick in that regard in the last 2 games, and we'll have more.
Resorts, where the players play. By Home Zone Furniture. Come see why we are different. And by DraftKings Pick 6. Use promo code MAVS for an exclusive sign-up offer.
Mavericks basketball on Mavs TV is brought to you by Home Zone Furniture. Welcome to American Airlines Center. Tonight is the Dallas Mavericks and New Orleans Pelicans meeting for the second time this season. Devin, it's no secret that the Mavericks need more scoring, and someone who can provide that off the bench is Jaden Hardy, and we've seen some positive signs out of him over the last 2 games.
We have. You said it. Back-to-back strong performances on the offensive end of the floor. He's shooting 48% from the floor, 41% from 3, only in 11 minutes per game. So that tells me when he does get opportunities, he's producing at a high level. There's going to be no deload tonight, so we expect him to see extended minutes. And the Pelicans team that struggles to guard, Hardy could be in line for another strong offensive performance.
Well, you look at what he's done in the last 2 games, and that's why we're putting him in the driver's seat, brought to you by your North Texas Chevy dealers. About an average of 14 points in 15 minutes in the last 2 games. Someone who can score in bunches off the bench. He's made 5 out of 11 threes. And, of course, the Mavericks want to play with pace, so it's good to see someone who can provide some transition scoring over the last 2 contests, as he's done. Derek Lively returned to the starting lineup on Wednesday night, and we expect to see him there again tonight. Leslie joins us with a report on D-Live, and we start the Mavs and Pelicans right after this on Mavs TV. In less than 1 minute, this game starts between the Dallas Mavericks and the New Orleans Pelicans. The starting lineups tonight are brought to you by Home Zone Furniture. tonight, New Orleans, they've used 10 different starting lineups this year, third most in the league. Jeremiah Fears, Herb Jones, Derek Queen, Zion Williamson, and Trey Murphy III. For the Mavericks, this is their most frequently used starting lineup now 4 times this year. Brandon Williams and Max Christie, Cooper Flagg and P.J. Washington, and Daniel Gafford back in as the starter at center after Derek Lively started the last game against New York at center. And with more on Lively's starting appearance on Wednesday and Lively in general, it's Leslie McCaslin. Hi, Leslie.
Well, yeah, he missed 9 games with that right knee injury. Came off the bench in the first 2. It was kind of a whirlwind. 2 overtime games, then got the start against the Knicks in that wild game on Wednesday. Had 4 points, 10 rebounds, the most this season, and 3 blocks. He's making the most of his minute restriction right now, which is still around 15 to 18 minutes. And that's the hardest part. He wants to play more. He's been smart with his fouls, Jason Kidd has said, and pregame that he said he's doing everything he can in those 17 minutes. So hopefully soon they'll be able to expand that a little bit, Mark.
10 boards to your point the other night in 18 minutes, 3 block shots as well. And he'll be spelling Daniel Gafford tonight. So presumably we'll see some Moussa Cisse off the bench as well, because there are bigs that must be dealt with from the New Orleans perspective, including Zion Williamson and Derek Queen. But it's Herb Jones who got free underneath with the first basket of the game for the Pelicans.
It's a little late on the switch. It's a good play to start the game. Don't want to give up a layup on that first possession.
Jones trying to get his shot in a better rhythm. He hasn't been shooting it well lately. Here's Cooper Flagg back on the floor and driving to the basket to open up the scoring.
With the left, we've seen it time and time again. He's really starting to do a nice job of attacking with that offhand and finishing.
Now Herb Jones 4-3. That's no good. Christie the rebound. Mentioned Jones struggling lately over the last 4 games, just 27% from the floor. He did open the scoring with the layup, but then missed from the perimeter. Flagg moving to the right this time. Spins back with the left against Derek Queen, and the shot is missed in the paint.
I thought he hesitated right there. I thought he just went straight up, but made that shot a lot tougher than it had to be.
And there was an inadvertent deflection before that ball got on Trey Murphy, and he ends up fumbling it out of bounds as we look at tonight's Volvo Performance Plan.
Let's take a look. We've got to get ahead early. Last time these 2 teams played, Pelicans got off to a 9-0 start. Must start a little bit more strong. You must protect the rim. You know Zion is going to bring it to you. Fouls are going to play an important part of that. And we must rebound. That are rebounded by the Pelicans. Really important for our pace game to be able to get out and run.
The 3, Coop off the rim. The rebounding edge that you're talking about, that was a negative one for Dallas, and the meeting here on November the 5th was a -12. It was 56-44 Pelicans in that game. Gafford defending Derek Queen, and here's the matchup of Zion against PJ. The double team comes over. Williamson is a good passer, trust me on that. Despite what you just saw, Zion has always been a willing passer, over 4.5 assists per game this year, Devin.
Give that turnover to Derek Queen. When you see a trap, you must flash into the post. That opens up the weak side.
Now here's a chance for the Pelicans to run, and it's Trey Murphy. A driving kick by Brandon. And the corner 3 with the kind bounce. Of course, Max Christie got a good bounce on a corner 3. He's the best in the business at it this year.
We call that living right.
Yes, it is.
That kind of bounce, you're doing something right.
And with that, the Mavericks take a 1-point lead as they play tonight in home game number 12 of the year already. Jeremiah Fears answers back with a 3-pointer. The rookie out of Oklahoma.
He is fearless.
Yes, he is. I would agree with that. Playing well over the last 4 games. 19 points, about 51% from the floor. 3-point try, B will no good. 3 minutes gone by. Both of these teams played on Wednesday. From Mesquite, it's good for Trey Murphy.
The last time we played this team, we did a pretty good job in guarding him and making it tough from the 3-point line. But when he sees one go early, he might be in line for a big night.
He went 3 for 12 in that game. To your point, Devin, there's a foul called inside on Herb Jones, his first and the team's first.
Coop makes a mistake here of going underneath the dribble handoff. That just opens up a wide open look. And I mean, this guy shoots it from Houston.
Yeah,
so, like, you
not
gotta,
afraid.
Yeah.
Williams, ball's deflected and stolen by Jeremiah Fears, who recently had a game with 7 steals. There's one. And Jeremiah Fears, a very quick player in the open court, and draws a foul off the turnover.
Careless turnover, knowing that when you got a guy in the passing lane, easy deflection there. Got to be a bounce pass or fake a pass to make a pass, leads to a transition opportunity.
For the year, 15 points a game for Fears, who was the 7th pick in the draft last summer after his one-and-done season playing in Norman. Good year for Oklahoma. 17 points per game, 4 boards, 4 assists as well, his average. He goes 0 for 2 on the line, and he's an 83% free throw shooter. Well, the Knicks missed a bunch of free throws late the other night. The Pelicans open up tonight, missing their first 2. Coop puts it down. Extra pass, Brandon Williams. P.J. Washington knocks down the corner 3.
Got to be huge for his confidence coming off a game going 1 of 12. But you can get a wide open 3 with your feet set and get that one to go. Does wonders for the confidence.
Out near the top of the key, Derek Queen slowly rises up for the jump shot and hit it. He will play at his own pace. And to your point in the open to the telecast, Evan, there's a lot in his bag. Attack here by Brandon Williams. Offensive rebound, Daniel Gafford back up for the easy deuce. Well, the start has been better tonight, even though the Mavericks trailed by 2. To your point earlier, was a 9-0 deficit. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but with the Mavericks' trouble scoring at times this year, that put them behind the 8 ball, or the 9 ball, as it were, in that last game against New Orleans.
Sorry, did you just see that spin move?
That was nice. Yeah, another thing in his bag. He's got the spin move. He can go spin cycle and found Herb Jones for a 3. On the move, here's Flag. Another near steal. It was deflected. Late shot clock turnaround. Short J is good for Coop.
When in doubt, when you think you're going to turn it over, my philosophy is shoot it.
Yes, absolutely. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and it feels like the Pelicans are shooting 100% to start this game. They're shooting 87%, Devin. 7 out of 8 from the floor. Dallas wants a timeout.
Off the deflection here, able to get it back and take a look around, and look what I got. There you go, high school teammate. Take that with you.
Mavs down 18-12 here early in the first quarter as we welcome you back to Dallas, where 2 former high school teammates, as we mentioned earlier, are going head-to-head tonight. Of course, that's Derek Queen there, who played for Mount Vernon with Cooper Flag right behind him. I talked to Derek Queen before the game, and he said Cooper's the kind of guy that played extremely hard all the time. They won a championship together that year. He said everything was built around him, and Cooper adapted so quickly. But he said the best thing now, and in looking at this photo, we always talked about how cool it would be to get here, to get to the NBA level. They both are. Asa Newell as well in that picture is with Atlanta, and Liam McNeely is now with Charlotte. So 4 of those 6 teammates are playing in the NBA. Now, I asked him to give me an anecdote about Cooper, something. I said, is he a goofy guy? And he said, well, he can turn it off and on. Okay. But very competitive, like we've heard about Cooper all year long.
34-0 was the record for Montverde Academy that year, winning the national championship, as Leslie said. And Kevin Boyle did such a fantastic job with that team. Here's a turnover committed by Dallas out of the timeout. And look out on this cut up the baseline. And Sadiq Bey, who had a great game against Dallas 2 weeks ago, missed a chippy.
Blocked by the rim. Let's see that happen too many times.
Fears on the closeout. Murphy on the closeout. Coop on the 3. Tap out rebound Moussa Cisse. Fears had it, lost it, picked up by Coop. Dallas down by 6 with 6 minutes played in the game. Thereabouts anyway, as Najee Marshall scores in the paint. Came into the game with a timeout.
Well, that's something that New Orleans has seen time and time again. Najee getting to that block and getting those nice floaters to go.
62% on paint field goal attempts from Marshall this year. He was about 62% last year. Corner 3 missed by Sadiq Bey. Kept alive by Jones. Picked up by Queen. Shot by Fears. And another 3-ball by Jeremiah Fears.
New Orleans team has a lot of talent, a lot of young talent. Just haven't really put it together. But they're bringing the energy in this first quarter.
Missed from the corner by Marshall. Fears has gone 3 of 3 on threes. The only hiccup was those 2 missed free throws that he had. He turns down a three, and he slices through the defense and a fancy finish to give the rookie from Oklahoma 11 points in the first 7 minutes of the game. And here's another 9-point deficit to the Pelicans in the first quarter again.
Behind the 9 ball again.
Lost court to Coop. Weaving through the defense, lost ball. 3 turnovers for both teams now. Beers leaves it for Derek Queen. And a rebound for Moussa Cisse. Here's Brandon Williams in the open court. And he's got Christie running to the corner, and he swishes it.
Needs more of that, but it starts with stops.
New Orleans made 7 of their first 8 shots, and they're still cooking. You get Murphy knocking down another shot. Cisse looking for somewhere to go on the dribble handoff. It's to Coop for a long 2, and that's on the money.
Just taking what the defense is giving him. Nice rise up for Coop.
Now here's a catch inside. Murphy with a foul. Well, Murphy's been playing well lately, Devin. Over the last 7 games, he's averaging almost 26 points to put his season scoring average just shy of 20 a game.
These back screens are giving the Mavs fits to start the game. Just saw another possession before that where he caught the ball over the top. He struggled very much in that first game that we saw him, but if you give him open 2s and allow him to get open 3s, he can score with the best of them.
And over those last 7, when he's averaging nearly 26, it's 55% from the floor and almost 41% from the arc. Got Klay Thompson in the game. Jaden Hardy's in. P.J. Washington is back in. You missed it earlier. D'Angelo Russell, illness. He's out tonight. Hardy, 14 points a game and 15 minutes a game over the last 2 contests, and he drills his first shot right into the game and connects on a 3-ball.
Be a great time for a Hardy party.
Yes, it would. The Mavs need offense tonight, and they need defense as well, as Murphy flings up another 3, and Cisse rebounds. Pelicans started 7 of 8. They've made 4 of their next 8 shots since then. Flashing into the middle with Cisse. Right side of the floor, P.J. Washington on a post-up. Makes a move, draws a foul, and heads to the free throw line to try to make this a 4-point game here late in the first quarter. For Trey Murphy, that's his first foul. And it's the second team foul committed by New Orleans.
Hey Mavs fans, DraftKings Pick 6 is now available in Texas, and you can make picks live once games have tipped off. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and sign up with code MAVS.
The Mavericks have ascended to the #1 spot in the NBA, or at least tied for first, in most fouls drawn per game. Dallas and Orlando are drawing about 24 fouls per game. It's just 2 so far, and 1 free throw taken and missed. We'll be back right after this. Up to the first quarter. Duke's had a lot of #1 draft picks recently. They've had 3 since 2019. Obviously, one's on the floor wearing a Maverick uniform, and Zion Williamson out of Duke was selected #1 in 2019. So a little comparison here in tonight's Baylor Scott White Health Pulse Check. Through the first 15 career games, we knew Zion was an electrifying scorer, and that was evident as soon as he stepped on the floor. Coop averaging 15.5 points in his first 15 games. 1 month from today, Coop will turn 19 years old, Devin. We're still 1 year away from his 19th birthday. And the scoring numbers for Coop have been going up. We talked about this off the top of the telecast. Ever since there's been a point guard in the starting lineup with him, the scoring number has gone up to over 17 per game. It's freed him up to do some other things.
Yeah, it's kind of got him comfortable with being out there. He's figured out some success. Seeing confidence grow. More reactionary with his reads, and I think he's got big things in store for the rest of the season from the phenom.
Jordan Hawkins, Jose Alvarado, E. Mixie, Micah Peavy, bench players all in the game now for New Orleans. And another one had stayed out on the floor, Sadiq Bey. Here's Dallas off a stop, running, scoring, P.J. Washington has a made 3, a made 2, and a made free throw to accumulate 6 points in the game so far. Jose Alvarado. Pass in the paint. Yves Missi with a difficult finish.
Strong footwork.
5 starts and 6 games off the bench for Yves Missi, second-year big man from Baylor. 4-3, contested 3 by Clay over Jordan Hawkins. Rebound lost out of bounds. Saddiq Bey looks kind of contemptuously at his teammate Yves Missi as they both went after the rebound and prevented each other from getting it. Daniel Gafford is back in. On the shot clock, Gafford back in. Here's for 3. Alvarado for 3 at the other end of the floor. And Missi and Klay Thompson go after the rebound. Missi got it back. Now a shot is bluffed by Micah Peavy. Challenged by Daniel Gafford when Peavy does take it, and he hits it. Micah Peavy, local player from Duncanville High School, and played 5 years collegiately, 1 year at Texas Tech, 1 year at Georgetown. Those were the 1st and 5th seasons of his career. In the middle, 3 years at TCU, and 3 good years. More on that in a minute. Here's Klay Thompson off the side of the backboard. Alvarado picks it up, and here's Peavy driving, missed a layup. Dallas has the rebound.
Gotta push it. Gotta push it.
Up ahead to Washington, the alley-oop, and it's on target. He's trying to find Gafford for the highlight reel dunk. Here's a miss by Saddiq Bey. The ball's thrown in by P.J. Washington. It was about to be stolen by Alvarado. It was tipped out of bounds. It looked like by Marshall, but the referees say it's Dallas ball.
It's a wild little stretch.
What do you think? Was it last off Alvarado's hand?
Yeah, well, New Orleans fans think so. They're going to challenge it.
James Borrego, the interim head coach, taking over for Willie Green, former head coach of the Charlotte Hornets, native of Albuquerque, New Mexico. James Borrego is using a coach's challenge with 1:09 left in the first quarter. So let's see the play again. I mean, from over here.
The previous play is being challenged by the head coach of New Orleans.
I feel like that's a 50-50 ball there.
Man.
Maybe Najee.
That's a tough one, dude.
It is. And whose fingers touch it last? Maybe Najee's thumb?
Well, I'm sure that the astute NBA and Dallas Maverick fan, by the way, recognized the voice that announced the information about the coach's challenge. As the crew chief of tonight's game, referee Bill Kennedy in his 28th season from Phoenix, Arizona. Jason Goldenberg in his 9th year from Atlanta, and Danica Baruti in her 4th year from Freeport, Florida. That's the trio of referees for tonight's game. Bill, of course, one of the most distinct voices amongst referees in the NBA.
And gotta say, the way he delivers these calls is
it's epic.
It's epic. Gotta love it. The theatrics of it just.
So it's on Alvarado and Marshall's hand both. I think this is going to end up being a successful challenge. Because it's on, I think you nailed it a moment ago, referee Devin. Still looking at it with 1:09 left in the first quarter. As Bill and Jason and Danica, the referee crew, of course, besides checking out of bounds, they're checking, you got to check imminent possession, shot clock, game clock, all those sorts of things. So there's obviously a lot to go into these reviews other than just determining possession, and we'll find that all out right now. Here we go.
After reviewing the play, the out of bounds was actually touched by number 13. The ball is going to be awarded to New Orleans on the side with 24 on the shot clock. The coach's challenge is successful.
Did he just actually?
Yes, he did.
He just did the online actually. That was Splendidly done by Bill.
I mean,
actually,
if you got to get on the mic, why not entertain while doing it?
Actually, you know, that's what you use when you want to condescendingly correct someone. So that was, of course, they're condescendingly correcting themselves in that particular case. Well, it ends up being Dallas ball as Zion had it, and the shot officially was blocked by Klay Thompson. But here's Peavy with the poke away. Gafford has it back. This has been certainly an interesting first quarter as Dallas looks for something good to happen here at the end of it. And 3 seconds was just called on Daniel Gafford. An offensive 3 seconds, not a defensive 3-second violation.
Offensive possession is one they would like to forget, but just couldn't get anything going, and got gaps camping out in the paint waiting for a shot to go up.
I'm not surprised it wasn't a defensive 3 seconds as Zion explosively drives and finishes. Wow. New Orleans hasn't had a defensive 3-second violation all year long, so that's why I knew it was going to be offensive. New Orleans just had their biggest first quarter from an offensive standpoint this year, 34 points. And for Zion, he just scored his first 2. In and out for Marshall on a 3-point try. Jose Alvarado collects the rebounds and will walk it up the floor. Dallas does have a foul to give here at the end of the first quarter. It's Alvarado who slings the pass over to Jordan Hawkins. He puts it in, lets it fly, and misses at the end of the first quarter. Off we go to the second quarter. It is a less than ideal start for Dallas at home tonight against the Pelicans.
All right, welcome back to Dallas, where we have this cup game going on. Max, what did New Orleans do well there to be able to jump ahead early?
Their pressure, they force us into a lot of turnovers, hands in the gaps, and we're dribbling into traffic, and they're doing a good job of getting steals. So we got to slow down and just take care of the ball so we get shots at the rim.
But you guys are shooting the 3 ball better lately. What's been the difference?
I think we're just looking for each other. We're getting in the paint, and even tonight they're bringing a crowd when we drive in the paint. So kicking the ball out to shooters is working for us, and we usually make them when we do that.
All right, thanks, Max. Go get him.
Great interview, Leslie. We have not seen Derek Lively in the game tonight. We just saw him on the bench. The group on the floor right now for the Mavericks: Gafford, Klay, Williams, Martin, and Washington. Klay Thompson for 3. Yes, sir. The Pelicans came into tonight's game last in the league in first quarter point differential. They've been outscored by an average of 5.6 points per first quarter this year, but they were up by 9, now up by 8. They swap a 3 by Klay for a Zion alley-oop finish that he made look like a walk in the park.
I mean, but the pass by Queen, a big-to-big pick and roll, as we see PJ make this 3 and just throw it up to the sky and let Zion, I mean, he's got 8 assists already?
Yes, he does, yeah. He's already tied his career high in assists, and we have played a quarter and a minute of the game. Mavericks turn it over again. As Max Christie said in that interview with Leslie, that is a problem. It's 8 turnovers. They're just lucky that New Orleans hasn't done more with it. They only have 7 points off the 8 turnovers. Jordan Hawkins just hit a 3, and now a foul is called on New Orleans. It's called on Jose Alvarado.
We're talking about this simple big-to-big screen. PJ commits a little bit too much to the ball, giving Zion an alley, and that's not a battle you're going to win. When you put it up there, that's not a battle you're going to win with Zion.
He gave Zion the alley, and then it was the oop finish. The more I see that pass by Derek Queen, the more appreciation I have for it, because it was off the dribble and like kind of looped it underhanded, almost like kind of in like a very exaggerated hook shot.
Yeah.
Like a Connie Hawkins hook shot or something like that.
Impressive.
Ball into Gafford. A couple of quick fouls on the Pelicans this quarter. Long 2 for Klay, and that one's good.
A great quarter for Klay to get going. Even doesn't really guard Pindow as well.
There's a skip pass by Queen. Back in Derek Queen's hands. He's initiated so much offense. And a Jokic-like roll out at the top of the key. Or if we want to go farther back, Vlade Divac, another big who would stand at the top of the key.
Go further back. That was where I was
going next. Going with his dad,
Chris Webber.
Yeah. And you want to talk about guys big to big, high-low passing. Divac and Webber. The dreaded sideline got Jordan Hawkins, it looks like, stepped out of bounds.
Let's go.
Over the last 10 games, Derek Queen's been averaging 4 assists. It took him a while to get that part of his NBA game going. He only had 1 assist in his first 5 games total. But he is looking good passing it tonight. Here's PJ, missed the shot, tips out his own miss to Brandon Williams. And that 3 goes in, but it touched the shot clock. And so it's out of bounds.
Now on the floor for Mavs, number 2, Derek.
Here's the shot.
The second.
And it got either the clock or maybe one of the wires that attached the clock to the backboard. First minutes of the game for Derek Lively. Still on that 15 to 18 minute restriction. That is a slingshot across the floor by Queen to Jose Alvarado. Zion was doubled. The ball goes all the way around the horn. Jordan Hawkins another 3. Look out. Zion just bowling ball bodies away to grab that offensive rebound, and Alvarado drills the 3, and he looks the way he does because he's 0 for 8 on 3s in his last 2 games before that hit.
That looked good. That was a man's rebound by Zion.
It was. Play for 3. The ball's out of bounds off Derek Lively. The ambition of the Derek Queen passes seems to be growing and growing. How about that laser across the court that he just threw a moment ago?
I mean, as a team, that ball is hopping and humming around. Speaks to their levels of efficiency and how they're shooting the ball so well in this first half.
And they are shooting it at a clip of nearly 55%. 17 out of 31 from the floor, 7 out of 13 from the arc. Mavericks are shooting 50% from the floor, 37% from the arc. Queen, he's looked to pass until now. Drives and finishes for just his 2nd basket of the game.
Like I said, he's not the fastest, not the most athletic, but he gets to his spot. Uses that big body, searches for the foul, putting that ball down. And acrobatic finish. I mean, a lot of English on that finish.
Yep. For a 3-point play, that's good. After his year as a teammate of Cooper Flagg's at Montverde in the 2023-24 high school season, Queen played a year at Maryland. Brandon Williams underneath, offensive rebound, Lively has it. And now Williams, and the crowd dished it out. PJ puts it down and finishes with a little baby hook.
Patient, uses shot fake really well to get that defense up.
The pocket pass coming around the screen. The roller is Derek Queen, and the ball's out of bounds off him. Good hand defensively by Dallas to knock it out. Off the body of Derek Queen. Williams against Fears. Organized for a 3. It's no good. PJ missed it, but a tap-out rebound by Lively. Clay ran it down. It was 14 on the reset, halfway down on the shot clock now. Lively caught it. Dished it out to the corner. PJ Washington swishes home that 3 ball. Well, Washington, the leading scorer, a huge bounce back from his 1 of 12 the other night. Already 14 points in the game. A timeout called by the Pelicans, but they lead Dallas right now by 7. Mavericks basketball on Mavs TV is brought to you by your North Texas Chevy dealers. In the second quarter, New Orleans leads Dallas 45-38 in this West Group B NBA Cup game. Dallas's 3-point shooting is on the rise over the last 5 games. Attempts are up, makes are up, and that all, of course, a result of the fact that percentage is up. In the last 5 games, the Mavericks making 35% of their threes after making just 29.5% in their first 11 games. For some comparison and some context, Evan, the league is averaging almost 36% on 3-point shots this year. So certainly at this point after the start, I'll take 35%.
100%. And think Max Christie talked about in an interview with Les. Get to their spots. They know where those threes are coming from, but they're looking for one another. And typically when you can get wide open looks and you get a high volume up, you're going to make the majority of those shots, especially from the corner.
And here, speaking of the corner, is a three by Bay. Offensive rebound put back up and in by Derek Queen. Having a dynamite first half tonight, mostly passing, but he's got some scoring and rebounding to go along with it. On the bounce, Brandon Williams. Ambitious lob pass over Lively, stolen Saddiq Bey. Trey Murphy, he's run off the line. Jeremiah Fears on the drive, cutting to the basket to slam it, Saddiq Bey.
I just mentioned looking for one another. This Pelicans team is doing a phenomenal job with their ball movement. Multiple guys touching the floor, shifting it from one side to the other, and waiting for that breakdown to happen.
Their assist number tonight is 16 on 20 baskets. When you have an assist percentage of 80%, that is an excellent number. Long pass caught by Alvarado. After the empty possession for Dallas through traffic, Trey Murphy draws a foul. With 5 minutes gone by in the second quarter, Trey Murphy is headed to the free throw line to shoot 2. With the Mavericks having committed their second team foul of this quarter, and the first on Caleb Martin.
I'm not car obsessed. I'm Sewell obsessed. I really don't care about the car as much as I care about the Sewell experience. I can't buy anywhere else. I won't buy a car anywhere else.
I think the story of the first half is the excellent ball movement, to your point a moment ago, by the Pelicans. Again, to reiterate, 20 made baskets, and they've got assists on 16 of those. That's, again, for context, if your assist percentage is up in the high 60s, that's going to be near the top or at the top of the league, and they're at 80%.
The offensive attack really has the Mavs back on their heels. It's affecting their offense as well.
Dallas has really been impacted on offense by the dreaded turnovers. 9 here in the first half. Driving lane was closed off there for Klay Thompson. Pelicans have a 13-point lead. They had a 13-point lead in the last game, which they ended up winning by 2. Way off for Williams, and the Pelicans with a rebound. Brandon Williams disrupts the dribble handoff attempt between Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. 19 on the shot clock. Williams and Klay have gone out of the game. Max Christie back in. Jaden Hardy has returned. First missed game of the year for Cooper Flagg due to illness on Wednesday. First missed game of the year for D'Angelo Russell due to illness tonight. Nice lead there by Queen for Murphy. Bey glances, that is, at the shot clock. He drives it. Marshall defends well. Oh, it was good defense, but better offense.
Can't play any better defense than that. Giving up a contested 2, you got to live with that result. Hello.
Right here by Coop.
Hello.
Big finish for Cooper Flagg on the blow-by and the one-hand punch. Kick ball by Dallas, 18 left on the shot clock. And that's tonight's Dr. Pepper one-of-a-kind dunk. Cooper Flagg going around Herb Jones, not an easy thing to do, and bam!
Looking for help on the weak side. Typically, most teams like to push that pick and roll down to the baseline side. No big there, so Coop takes advantage. Goes in for the strong finish.
Herb Jones expected him to blow it, and they didn't do that. Here's Derek Queen going after the offensive rebounds. And there's a foul called on Coop. Third team foul. First foul on Coop. 5:43 left of the second quarter. It will be free throws, by the way, for Derek Queen. Looking for points 8 and 9 as he shoots these free throws. He has 8 assists and 3 rebounds in the game. He won't make it to 9 points on this trip to the line. I mentioned earlier that Derek Queen had a buzzer beater in the NCAA tournament last year against Colorado State. I said earlier, Micah Peavy had a good career at TCU. Speaking of NCAA tournaments, the only time in school history at TCU that they went to 3 straight tournaments was when Micah Peavy was there, 22, 23, and 24. Baseline jumper, Jaden Hardy, good. Quick attack off the made basket, Herb Jones. And Derek Lively got back. How many times this year, Devin? We've seen Dallas give up transition off a made basket. But Lively, the big defense. And Derek Queen with defense, but they got him for a foul.
One thing you can't do is give up transition buckets off made baskets. But Lively does a phenomenal job here protecting the rim, which gave another transition opportunity to not take advantage of, was able to draw the foul. But the energy level needs to be picked up by the Mavs. Very sluggish start. We talked about the turnovers, offensive rebounds. Just the ball movement of the New Orleans Pelicans has really done a number on this defense to start this half.
Gafford in for Lively. Marshall, the free throw shooter, stepped off the line, put his arm around Gafford, and had some words of encouragement for him before taking that second free throw, which Marshall misses. Went into play tonight almost 80% on freebies this year. And there's Jeremiah Fears with a giant killer on the drive.
Pretty finish with the left. Oh, yeah.
Palming violation.
No.
Or was it over back?
Backcourt.
Yeah. Thank you.
Those are the turnovers that will get your head coach scratching his head.
Yeah, definitely an unforced error in that case. And that's 10 first half turnovers. Dallas is committing the most turnovers of any team per game this year at just over 17 per contest. Herb Jones, the native of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 4-year player for the Crimson Tide collegiately. Missed on a corner 3. On the bounce, it's Hardy. We're going to go screen and roll with Marshall as the ball handler. Gafford as the screener. Zion guarding on a switch. Marshall flings it out. And then as Christie tries to swing it, it's Herb Jones in the passing lane.
You know, those wing to corner passes, to me, always have to be bounce passes, because the only way the defender can recover is to deflect the ball on a chest pass. When you make a bounce pass, it almost gets there 98% of the time.
Has to take it quickly. Cooper does with 3.2 on the shot clock on the inbounds. And Coop's long launch is off target. Driving lane for Fears closed off. He fills the vacated area. Yves Macy's back in. The exchange with Fears, who leaves his feet and throws it away, and Dallas digs out the loose ball. Najee Marshall in the open court. First 4 years of his career with the Pelicans. Another deflection.
A lot of active hands in this first quarter. A lot of deflections.
And that deflection by the Pelicans leaves Dallas with ample time on the shot clock on this inbound situation. They were down to 3.2 on the last inbounds pass, but 17 on the shot clock here. Pelicans have gone into tonight, lost 7 straight. Hardy drills a 3. Well, the Hardy party, I believe, is on. It's time to RSVP.
I'm a +1.
3 for 3 from the floor, 2 threes made. He's got 8 points. He's the leading scorer off the bench in this game for Dallas, and tied for the second most on the team overall. A push shot by Yves Macy. And Cooper Flag in the open court with the defensive rebound. Going to Max Christie in the corner from Marshall. Offside, Herb Jones with the rebound. Pelicans ball in front by 10. Max Christie breaks up the lob. But then it was out of bounds off Dallas.
Not sure what Herb Williams saw on that last lob attempt.
I'm wondering that myself. There is a timeout on the floor with 3:06 left in the second quarter. New Orleans 56, Dallas 46 here on Mavs TV. Stay tuned. Tonight's Paycom Player Insights. P.J. Washington Jr. 14 points in the first half, his most points in the first half this year. Very nice bounce back from the 6 points on 1 of 12 shooting from Wednesday. 5 of 7 from the floor. He's drilled 3 threes in the game, and those 14 points have occurred in 14 minutes. He's been the brightest spot on offense for the Mavericks in a game in which they trail right now by 10.
Yeah, pretty much him and Hardy have been the offensive firepower to start this game, but you're not going to win this game with offense. Defense has to be a big part of it, and the way that the Pelicans are attacking and shooting, passing, they got a tall task with this much confidence with a team that struggles to score.
Devin, last weekend, P.J. Washington reached 100 games played in his time with Dallas. There have been 391 players over 45-plus seasons that have suited up with the Mavericks and appeared in a regular season game. P.J., the 102nd player to reach 100. Jaden Hardy, he is cooking in the first half. To your point a moment ago, the offensive firepower tonight is coming from Washington and Hardy.
The party is on, and I'm bringing the dip.
Yes, please do. You bring the dip, I'll bring the chips. Yeah. Leslie, what do you got? Here's Zion Williamson inside.
Margaritas.
Oh, you're bringing the margarita? Okay. That's an excellent decision. Excellent decision, Leslie. We're over here worried about chips and dip. She's thinking smart. Coop pulls up. That jumper is off target. Coop's got 8 points in the game tonight. Top 3 scorers, 14 for Washington, 11 for Hardy, 8 for Cooper. Under the defense, Herb Jones. Stops, got a little indecisive, and consequently he missed it. The old stuck between two minds. Do I need to pass or shoot?
Found himself too wide open.
Good ball movement here. Coop attacks a closeout, looking for another three-pointer. Washington misses it, and the block out by Zion leads to a defensive board for Herb Jones. Last 2 minutes of the first half. New Orleans is led by as many as 15. Zion Williamson in the paint, got the bounce.
That's the one part that's missing from his game. You know he's going to bring it to you, give up space, but if he can just mix in a couple of pull-up jump shots, the defense is going to have to respect that so much more.
Back cut by Cooper, flag pass by Daniel Gafford, stolen by Murphy. Murphy runs the break, gave the ball up to Jeremiah Fears. Fears has it back, looking to take it down inside amongst the trees, and he lost it out of bounds.
Just nowhere to go. Drove into a crowd, and one thing to say, you can't jump and make a pass.
Derek Queen goes in. Just a reminder to those of you watching on WFAA Channel 8 tonight, you can catch every non-exclusive Mavs TV game on KFAA 29 all season long. KFAA Channel 29, your home for Mavericks basketball. Missed three by Coop. We're down to the last minute of the first half. Zion down the lane. That's his first missed field goal attempt in the game. Now 4 out of 5, but then the ball's poked away. Fears comes away with the ball. Then a foul is called on PJ. Derek Queen isn't doing the signal right, but I think he wants a transition take foul. I think. They have called a transition take foul. They have called it.
Yeah, there it is right there.
Sure.
I think that's the prime definition of take foul.
Yes, I would concur. Now Derek was signaling for a touchdown. He was not signaling for the arms out to the side.
He was close.
Yeah,
close.
Murphy, who is third in the NBA at just over 94% from the line. Trey Murphy this season going into tonight was 50 of 53 and tack on a 4 for 4 tonight. And has a career history of being an excellent free throw shooter. He's almost 88% in his NBA career, which is now at game number 267 in season 5 in the league. Well, moisture on the floor is the cause for the delay here. Of course, the specific floor used for the NBA Cup group stage games. Queen with it out front. A little hesitation coming down Broadway. And a rebound for Gafford. Hardy off the bounce, pulls up. And that's the first shot that he's missed in the game. Pelicans 61, Mavericks 49. There's a 1 second difference, shot clock, game clock. Dallas doesn't have a foul to give here at the end. Here's a runner by Murphy, and he's fouled in the act of shooting with 4 seconds left in the quarter. Fouls on Gafford, and that's the second foul of the game on Gafford.
Just looking at the defensive structure, can't give wide open gaps for penetration. You got to take away the penetration and then fly up to threes, but you can't fake at a guy and let him get in there into the paint, especially this late in the quarter.
Some defensive substitutions made for the final 4 seconds after Dallas has the ball back. James Borrego making some lineup changes for the Pelicans in that regard. Unless Dallas makes a shot, this is poised to be the biggest halftime lead for the Pelicans this year. And they actually had a let-off there as a very, very surprising missed free throw occurred by Trey Murphy, but there was a lane violation. Or I guess it was not the lane, but coming in from the outside. Yes. Max Christie, right? Got inside the three-point line before the release of the free throw.
Still a lane violation. You know you're not on the lane.
There wasn't going to be a second let-off. No. Yeah.
Let's go back.
Ball goes into Coop. Oh, and he was fouled on the catch. Now, we should note that the Pelicans did have a foul to give. First in the last 2 minutes, just the fourth in the quarter.
I mean, he went up and got that.
Gafford goes out. Shooter comes into the game, Klay Thompson. Alvarado comes in now instead of Yves Missi since Dallas took a center off the floor. Into Hardy. Hardy has it blocked by Murphy. And the half is over. A lot to talk about at halftime. New Orleans 63, Dallas 49. We'll be back right after this with more on Mavs TV. Stay tuned.
Mavs TV is brought to you by Rooms to Go. By the piece, save a little. By the room, save a lot. By your North Texas Chevy dealers. And by Grey Goose, make time wait.
We are back from halftime with our Rooms to Go recap. Assistant coach Josh Brookhamer said very honestly, we came out slow. We did not have any energy. Who knows the reason why, but we've got to find it. We've got to get back to our pace here in the second half. He said basically New Orleans came out as the more physical team. We let them get to their spots. They're big and physical, he said, but we were slow, staying in the paint. They've got to get out and run here and play faster in the second half, guys. Get rebounds, get stops, and really just find some energy.
Well, I think that covers a lot of it. As I said, whenever we went to break at the end of the first half, that there was a lot to talk about at halftime for the group.
A lot to talk about, but I'm a bright side kind of guy.
Yeah,
this team is
Mr. Brightside.
Mr. Brightside. This team is used to playing from behind, so I expect a lot of energy to come out in the second half and show a little bit of fight. And we see Max Christie come out with that three.
Nice knockdown three for Christie to open up the third quarter. See the points leaders for New Orleans. Trey Murphy, Jeremiah Fears, top two in double figures. There's some defense from Christie. Now here's Brandon Williams. By the way, lively starting the third quarter. Black turns down the outside shot and drives right to the cup.
Great way to start the quarter. scoring a stop.
And then looking for another stop. Here comes Zion Williamson, who lost his balance but found Derek Queen, and a foul. On the reverse attempt, the referee Danica Barudi says got him on the wrist.
Here we go. Line him up. Here we go.
I think he got ball first.
Ball, the follow-throughs with the wrist.
To the free throw line, Derek Queen for 2 after the foul on Lively. Cooper Flagg now has 10 points tonight. And on tonight's Lexus leaderboard, he now has the longest double-digit scoring streak before turning 19 years old in the history of the league. LeBron James had 2 11-point double-digit scoring streaks before turning 19 years old on December 30th of his rookie season. Coop will turn 19 years old 1 month from today, December 21st of his rookie season. Max Christie for 3, and on the money again. Well, the Mavericks have come out 8-2 to start the third quarter.
Strong start that they needed.
Cooper Flagg is one of 33 players to appear in the NBA before turning 19 years old. So not a lot of players have had an opportunity to even have. That was a nice move by Derek Queen. Not a lot of players have even had an opportunity to play in the league before turning 19 years old, and let alone be good enough and on the floor enough to put together a double-digit scoring streak. Now 12 games in a row for Cooper Flagg.
Just look at this move here. Just taking his time, slow to slower, the spin move.
Who picks up the dribble outside to Washington. A ball fake and a drive and a scoop to the hoop. Off target. Putback jam for Lively.
Get some energy into the building.
Murphy on the reverse attempts. A couple of 2-point baskets and a couple of free throws made by New Orleans here so far in the third quarter. 10-6 Dallas in the third. Max Christie's provided a lot of the offense and continues to do so. A reminder, he's 12th in the league in three-point percentage. He's 16th in the league in made threes going into the game. And those numbers being helped by this barrage here in the third quarter.
Confidence is key.
Texas Honda dealers, NBA Cup Western Conference group stage scores. Suns are trying to change the vibe in West Group A. They're 1-0. The Timberwolves are 2-0. The Suns lead that game 49-33 in the second quarter. Nuggets and Rockets and everyone else in Group C in the West are all 1-1. Nuggets and Rockets are underway later on tonight. Thunder and Jazz play. That game is in Group A, and the Trailblazers and Warriors play in Group C. Mavs and Pelicans are both 0-2 in Group B. Timeout called by New Orleans. 13-6 now the start to the third quarter for the Mavericks. Pass over to Trey Murphy, and there is a call here for defense in 3 seconds. Technical foul and a free throw coming here for the Pelicans.
No, I don't mind that call. I don't mind it
Because
it shows aggression. It shows that you're not going to waiting on the guy's penetration. I like it.
Maverick fans, I like this, Devin. Catch away game action at one of our official Mavs watch parties featuring the Maniacs, free giveaways, game ticket raffles, and more. Get details on all upcoming dates and locations at Mavs.com/watchparties. And that's a steal for Brandon Williams on the pass by Derek Queen. Now Brandon Williams is making the appropriate signal for a transition take foul.
Yeah, I think he's going to get it. There it is.
And it has been called, correct. Here it is. No legitimate play on the ball in the eyes of the official, grabbing the arm. Hey, while I have a minute, I need to do a special note for Mavericks assistant coach Eric Hughes. He's in his third season with the team, and his father-in-law Charlie Cicchetti passed away, and Eric wanted us to share a message for his family and pass that news along. He was 82 years old. Charlie was a native of Jersey City. Sally is his wife. Kristen is his daughter, Eric's wife, and grandsons AJ and Ryan. And a big supporter. They had moved to Dallas when Eric got the job with the Mavericks in 2023, and was just a huge supporter of everything that the Mavericks did and everything Eric has done in his great assistant coaching career. And we send our condolences to the Hughes and to the Cicchetti families on the passing of Charlie Cicchetti at age 82 years old. The steal by the Pelicans, and then another turnover. So you got Jeremiah Fears scoring on the run-out dunk, and then another quick turnover.
Turnovers have really been the death of this team. So hard to guard when you're giving out wide open dunks, and then you compound it with the moving screen.
Back-to-back turnovers. The first one, New Orleans scored on a basket by Jeremiah Fears. On this one, they don't score. Fears took the shot, but ultimately a strong rebound was claimed by P.J. Washington. The Pelicans trying to steady themselves after Dallas made a run to open up the quarter. Here's a drive into the paint by P.J. and a trip to the line earned by Washington on the foul. The Mavericks, as I noted earlier, were drawing the most fouls, or tied for the most fouls drawn of any team in the NBA going into play tonight, Devin. That had them placed at 29 free throw attempts per game, which is tied for second in the NBA. This is just numbers 6 and 7 in terms of attempts at the line tonight. Leslie's really funny.
She is.
By the way, Devin, did you know that?
I did know that. I picked it up.
Sorry,
She's trolling me.
You had to go there.
She's trolling. I didn't do that. I did not do that on purpose.
I had to.
Leslie's trolling me. Leslie's trolling me again, Devin.
No, the amount of times I hear that at home, I just had to.
I just fell into that one. Pass intended for Zion, and it is a turnover committed by the Pelicans. Now here's Coop on the drive and the spin and the score. Excellent move, capped off with a very pretty finish by Cooper Flagg. What once was 15 is now down to 5. And between Derek Queen and Cooper Flagg, we've seen a lot of spinorama on the floor tonight. Here's a long distance attempt by Trey Murphy. Glances off the iron. Brandon Williams. Head up, pushes it, leaves it for Washington. He drills a 3. This thing is down to 2. A game of runs, and it's the Mavericks on 1 right now, thanks to Cooper Flagg and P.J. Washington.
Starts on the defensive end of the floor, the deflection. Nice move here by Coop. Get another stop in transition. P.J. walking into a 3, and we're walking him down. The spark in the second half, and that spark has been provided by Max Christie. All the damage has been done for the three-point line. We talk about his efficiency from the corner, but he's been hot from all over the court. His teammates continue to find him, and he's been knocking them down at a high rate. Confidence is growing, and I think you got to continue to feed him. He's locked in.
Tonight's Chalk Talk game within the game. Max has tied his career high with 5 made threes in the game. 16 points and a block shot in 19 minutes of action tonight. He had a streak of 12 straight games in double figures before scoring just 1 point on Monday night in Minnesota. He had 15 on Wednesday and already 16 in the game tonight. He's a big reason why Dallas is back within 2. Now let's get a little bit more on Max Christie from Leslie.
I was talking to assistant coach Phil Handy, and he was telling me about his time with Max in LA, and he said, I'm not surprised by his bigger role with this team. He said he is super driven. When he first got to the Lakers, he was asking me all about what was Kobe doing, what was his work ethic. He wanted to emulate that. And he also said he's just one of those guys, he's an old soul. And Max said he actually agrees with that. He's heard that a lot, but old soul, driven, kind of a perfectionist, and it's paid off.
I could say that from the first time we met him at shoot-around in Philadelphia, I would absolutely agree with that. Drive for the tie. The shot by Williams is no good. The tip-out rebound by Lively, caught on the move by Jose Alvarado. But it's 2 players with a chase-down block. P.J. and Coop, and the ball's blocked out off Herb Jones.
Gotta love the effort here. And I mean, he had no shots. He covered from all sides with the double block shot. And just for the bonus to get the ball back with the deflection off Herb there.
Into the front court, Williams against Jose Alvarado. They just had a chance to tie it. Max, oh, I thought he was going to take a go-ahead three-point attempt. Now here's Williams trying to beat the longer defender, Herb Jones, off the bounce, and he does, but doesn't finish in the end. Up ahead to Murphy, Sadiq Bey, corner three on a rim out. And Christie claims his second rebound of the game. His impact, of course, has been that outstanding outside shooting we were talking about a moment ago. Screen by Lively, and a bounce pass by Williams, intended for Christie. He caught it, shot it, but missed it. Through traffic, Derek Queen tosses it in. How? I don't know. That is a great question to which I don't have an answer. A minor miracle in that Derek Queen is able to score that one in the paint. And we got a timeout here by Dallas. We will stay here during this timeout.
Big man guard-like skills. Went for the foul, tried to get it on the reach-in. PJ ended up getting the ball, but just kind of throws it up and gets it to go.
Well, I'm fond of saying all prayers are answered. Sometimes the answer is no, but that prayer was answered as a yes for Derek Queen as he throws it up and it's in there to make it 74-70 Pelicans, and a Mav timeout precisely halfway through the third quarter. Maverick fans, it's time to take flight. The fan and player favorite 2025-26 City Edition is back and reimagined with a deep Dallas story. Welcome to Pegasus City. Visit Mavs.com/city to learn more about the Pegasus City story. And we'll see the City Edition jerseys again tomorrow. Mañana, it's the Mavericks and the Memphis Grizzlies. Saturday night basketball here at American Airlines Center. Home, back-to-back for the Mavs. Grizzlies tomorrow night. The opponent, 7 o'clock from Mavs Center Court. The game's at 7:30 on KFAA in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and on Mavs TV and our affiliates across the state of Texas. Great to have everyone tuned in on WFAA in addition to KFAA and Mavs TV and our affiliates tonight. A Maverick timeout. They've been making some headway here in the third quarter. Got back to within 2 now. That basket by Derek Queen has made it a 4-point game.
Love the start to this third quarter. Got to keep the momentum going.
Here's Cooper Flagg in the paint and a determined drive and finish. Oh, you love to see it. Puts his head down and then up to the cup with a difficult finish through contact.
Teammates seen this before. Got him slightly out of position with that head fake and said bully ball, get into that left hand, flexing on.
And it's a 1-point game on Coop's 3-point play. Another efficient shooting night overall. His shooting percentage has been going up. Last 8 games, between 50 and 51% for the floor. A 3-point heave is missed by Jose Alvarado. And Daniel Gafford, who didn't start the third quarter, Lively did, but Gafford's in now, and Gafford claims the carry. And now Coop with the look out below! It's a go-ahead slam dunk for Cooper Flagg at 75-74. It's just the second lead of the game for Dallas. The other one was at 5-4. I mean, just an absolute pile driver on that slam by Coop. And then it's Brandon Williams who drains a 3. Here's a drive by Alvarado. 15-2 Dallas run right now. Back down here by Sadiq Bey. Steps into the lane, no good. Najee Marshall running the floor. He flings it to Max Christie. And Coop quickest to the ball. Outworked it to everyone. And we'll give Max Christie another chance, and he comes up way short. Oh, Murphy running the floor. And he has a two-hand rim rocker.
All right, let me get those hands. Here we go.
2-point Maverick lead. They have swung the pendulum here in the third quarter. Now it's Marshall off the bounce, and a steal here by Herb Jones. Always been a good steals player. Hit ahead to Murphy, and a foul. No monster slam dunk this time by Trey Murphy, but Coop caught up to him and did foul him and sends him to the free throw line. Well, when he drives and rears back, you know it's about to be one massive finish.
Queen just making a business decision.
He did.
The momentum is carried over to the three-point line, and B. Will gets those first points on the board.
Yeah, this is his first 7 shots in the game. Now, to his credit, he's found other ways to help. B. Will's got 11 assists tonight for the Mavericks. Dallas went up 78-74, but Murphy poised to tie the game. He had the slam dunk a moment ago. Now 2 free throws. Klay Thompson, Jaden Hardy, they've gone in. Hardy had an 11-point first half. Murphy converts. He's leading all scorers in this game with 22 points. As we noted earlier, he was averaging about 26 over the last 7 games going into play tonight. On the bounce, it's Marshall, and it's Gabbard who caught it and finished. And the lead is restored for the time being for the Mavericks. Yves Missi in. Sets a back screen. Trying to go somewhere with it, found Micah Peavy. Peavy driving baseline, turned away with a big swat by Gafford. Mavericks 31-15. The advantage here in the third quarter. And Marshall looking for 2 more points to tack on to that growing advantage. He had something to say to his former 4-season teammate Jose Alvarado as he was fouled by him and heads to the free throw line for a pair with 3:03 to go in the third. No free throws. Not in the act of shooting. Wows. Jordan Hawkins going into the game. And also Zion back in for New Orleans. Devin Zion played 5 of the first 6 games of the year and then missed 8 straight games with a hamstring injury. Returned Wednesday, 14 points in 29 minutes on Wednesday night.
Hamstring seems to be a recurring issue for Zion, but definitely on a minute restriction coming back from that.
18 minutes tonight, 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting. Here's Najee on the bounce over Williamson. Long rebound, Gafford controls it. And then the pass to the corner's out of bounds. And for the Mavericks, they are practically doubling up the Pelicans in turnovers now. 9 for New Orleans, 16 in the game for the Mavs. Alvarado using a screen by Yves Missi to drift left. Zion makes a move before the double team can get there, and he scores inside.
So tough on the block, so strong, and that jump is so quick. It's hard to keep him out of the paint when he gets the ball so deep.
Tie game at 80. Gafford gonna bulldoze his way to the basket against Yves Missi. But the second-year big man, originally from Belgium and then college at Baylor, comes away with a block. And then Micah Peavy, a transition 3, long rebound. Klay Thompson collects it. 1-2 to play in this turnaround third quarter. Got a foul here on New Orleans. Well, there will be free throws now because that's 5 in the quarter on the Pelicans.
I love the way the Mavs have come out of halftime. First thing you want to do is make that team call the first timeout. They did that. They got the momentum going, got the crowd back into the game, and And we're right where we want to be.
Dallas has erased a 14-point halftime deficit as Gafford goes to the line. They've actually gone in front by 4 and now retake the lead on the first of the 2 Daniel Gafford free throws. Again, a reminder, if you're watching on WFAA Channel 8 tonight, you can catch every non-exclusive Mavs TV game on KFAA Channel 29 all season long. KFAA Channel 29 is your home for Mavericks basketball. Daniel Gafford, 11 games, 10 starts this year, including tonight. 5.6 rebounds tonight, averaging 10 and 6 for the season so far. One of 2 there on the line, and here's the teardrop by Alvarado, so it's the Pelicans retaking the lead. Second basket of the game for Jose Alvarado. Marshall initiating, looking for Gafford and getting him with the alley-oop. Up to 7 points in the game, and here's a freight train. Zion Williamson with the big drive down the lane, and the foul called on Dallas. Here's the alley-oop.
Excellent recognition by Najee, knowing that Alvarado's over there in the corner. To put it up high on the rim, there's nothing he can do about it.
This is the first time tonight for Zion Williamson on the free throw line. And that's noteworthy because in his first 6 games, Devin, he's taken 61 free throws. When he's looked for his offense, he's looked very effective tonight. Now he's been doubled quite a bit.
He's had the right approach to the game, taking what the defense is giving. Your offense is playing so well, there's no need to assert yourself.
Excellent point. You got Murphy playing very well. Derek Queen's been playing so well. Jeremiah Fears has had a good game tonight. Those other 3 individuals I just named are all in double figures tonight. Here's Marshall with the drive, and he's fouled by Micah Peavy. And so more free throws here for Dallas as the Mavericks try to seesaw back in front, with the Pelicans leading 84-83 late in the third. A minute to play in the third. Mentioned that Derek Queen has one of those double-figure scores for New Orleans. He also has an NBA rookie season high of 10 assists.
Not just 10 assists, some dimes.
Yes.
Dimes.
Yeah, for real, man. That is real talk. Derek Queen has had a night of some exquisite passing. Bad bounce on the second free throw from Marshall, so the game is tied. He made the first, missed the second. Queen also has 6 rebounds in the game, so got a chance for a rookie triple-double tonight. Williamson on the pass. He was fouled. And now the Mavericks reach 5 team fouls themselves here in the quarter.
I feel you, Hardy. He had a lineup for a charge. It's not a charge I want to take either.
No, not at all. D'Angelo Russell took a really nice charge in the dying minutes of that Clippers game last week. But that would be a big ask for anyone to place themselves in harm's way like that. Mention all the free throws that Zion is taking this year, but the percentage is not great. 65.5% going into play tonight. He is 2 of 3 in the game. And obviously, as noted a moment ago, all the free throws he's taken have been here in the third quarter in the last little bit. And he's had a 2 for 2 and an 0 for 2. So the game remains on level terms. Dallas has done some heavy lifting here in the third quarter to rally. And it's going to be a 50-50 game going to the fourth quarter. Mavericks try to nudge back in front, but a Hardy corner 3 is off the mark. No time to rush up for a 2-for-1 for New Orleans. Here's Hawkins. Trying to work his way around play. Good contest. Shot missed. Foul is called on Eve Misi as he tried to tip it in, as he just clattered into Daniel Gafford. Foul on Messi.
Can't do that.
No, you cannot. There is some page where it specifically says in the rule book you cannot push somebody in the back going after a rebound. 12 seconds left in the third quarter as it's a trip to the other end. A lot of free throws taken here by both teams in the final minutes of the third quarter.
A superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
James Borrego, since taking over for Willie Green, who was sacked after the 2-10 start, still looking for his first win as interim head coach. 3 losses, all at home, and looking for a road win for his first win tonight. But it's Dallas who has the lead right now. 1 of 2 again on the line for Gafford. His second time on the line in the third quarter with a split. Dallas looking for a stop. Borrego put in offensive players. Dallas put in defensive players. And it's a foul called. Jeremiah Fears is headed to the stripe. Foul's on Caleb Martin. And it comes with 0.3 of a second left in the quarter.
I think more so Najee. I think Caleb there, but probably called by the ref.
Yep. Second foul on Martin. Fears had an 0 for 2 on the free throw line in the first quarter, the only other time that he shot free throws tonight. 83% this year. He was 85% last year in his 1 season with the Sooners. Fears with that 1 made free throw now has 16 points in the game, and it is all square after 3 quarters. Dallas 85, New Orleans 85. We'll be back for the last 12 right after this on Mavs TV. This NBA Cup group stage game are tied at 85 as we go to the fourth quarter. And let's take a look at tonight's quarter stats presented by Quick Trip. Dallas is shooting a slightly better percentage. As we talked about, they've been shooting and making more threes over the last 5 games. 14 out of 34 from long distance. Doubling up the Pelicans in made threes tonight. Pelicans the advantage in paint points. Turnovers a problem for Dallas.
Turnovers are the story of the game, and they can clean that up in this fourth quarter with the way that they've been playing defensively and newfound energy on offense, and put themselves in a great position to win this game.
We'd love to see Dallas making some more hay in the paint too to go along with the good three-point shooting. The Mavs are shooting 61% in the paint, which is above the league average. The league average is 57.5%. But as we see this possession wind down here for the Pelicans with Jose Alvarado leaving it for Yves Missi. He hits in the baseline. The Pelicans are allowing opponents to shoot 65.5% in the paint this year. That's the worst opponent paint field goal percentage in the NBA. Dallas at 61% in the paint tonight. Let's see if they can pick that up in the fourth quarter. That could help, but they're unable to successfully execute the alley-oop. And slow to get up. Lively now trying to race back into the play. Zion drives. Goaltending. PJ. Scored for Zion Williamson. Pelicans have the first 4 points of the fourth quarter. No decision to challenge it. Oh, I think it's on the way down from that look. Washington, just right around Zion, got there and missed it. Put back by Lively, a foul. Foul's called on Yves Missi.
Looks like he took a shot there, but the Sun don't count.
Not good. But it doesn't impact him at the free throw line. We're in limited action this year. Lively is now 7 of 9 on free throw attempts. Oh, and that one with a very fortuitous roll. Dallas's first points of the fourth quarter come at the stripe. And a bad pass here by Alvarado, stolen by Caleb Martin. Martin waiting for some support. And the support comes. Klay Thompson. Three-pointer is off target. Now with the ball, it's Zion. Digging in is Caleb Martin. And then through Martin. And a foul is called as Zion goes into the shooting motion and got underneath Martin's arms.
I really don't know what you can do there.
No.
You're trying to stand him up as much as possible. Just bullies his way into that foul. I don't know. I couldn't tell him what to do differently.
Went to high school in Spartanburg, South Carolina. 25 years old. Sixth year from Duke. Going into play tonight, of course, we all know the injury history with Zion. He has played in 220 out of a possible 487 games going into play tonight. Williamson missed on the second. When he has played against Dallas, Zion's been very, very good in 8 career games against the Mavs. 27.5 points, and he's shot it 66% from the floor in his career against the Mavs. I mean, he had a game in here a few years ago. I think it was in the 2020-21 season, Devin, where Zion went 14 of 15 from the floor. For some reason, he took 1 3 in that game, and he went 14 of 14 on twos. Here's an offensive. And P.J. Washington just posterized Abe Macy. Serving up the facial was P.J., and it brings Dallas right back to the lip of the cup. Now here's the double team on Zion. The pass outside to Hawkins. A low clock situation for Alvarado. He's going to drive, and a tough alley-oop pass is made, and then the finish by Micah Peavy.
High-flying action in this fourth quarter.
High degree of difficulty on that pass to tie it. Washington! A drive to the basket for the forceful finish, and then string music from long distance for PJ on back-to-back possessions. And now again, another hard drive into the paint by Zion Williamson, and he's fouled. But what P.J. Washington has done on the last 2 trips down the floor, Whataburger, what a place of the game.
Just strong, standing on business, and hand down, man down. Talk about the first half he had, just a strong start, giving his team a lift in the fourth quarter, getting this building back into it.
3 for 6 on free throws in the game for Zion. All in the second half is freebies. First of 2 is good. And so as a result, the Pelicans retake the lead. Coop's back into the game. He's got 17 tonight. And 20 in the last game against the Pelicans. Pelicans won that game by 2. Pelicans lead this game by 2. Micah Peavy's the defender. Coop right back in the game with the ball in his hands, trying to make something happen, and he does. Micah Peavy is called for the foul. And a pair of free throws for the #1 overall pick from last summer's draft.
Good footwork there. Drawing the foul. Showing what's in the repertoire.
Yeah, there's a lot in the repertoire, Devin. No doubt about that. And we've seen, I mean, this is not clutch time yet, but obviously a close game, 9 minutes to go. Official clutch time is anything within 5 in the last 5 minutes, as designated by the NBA. Coop leads the NBA amongst rookies in clutch points, and he got right back into the game. And how about calling something for him immediately to go to work?
Got to know. Looks like this game is headed in that direction. You want him comfortable in those last 5 minutes to play through them.
19 points in the game. Pair of free throws ties it. Fears with a kick-out pass, and a hand on the ball deflects it into the Pelicans bench. Brandon Williams. Lively out. Gafford back in. Lively is at 14 minutes. 4 points, 4 rebounds in the game for Derek Lively. We'll see if they've held a couple of minutes in reserve here in the fourth quarter. Alvarado. Wow, Brandon Williams with 2 defensive plays in that sequence. Coop, nice pass. And Max Christie with a foul. No foul on it. But he scores it. And with that, Dallas back in front. And it is a whistle here.
The wet spot.
Yep, on the floor. Right in front of the Pelicans bench.
B. Will with the deflection. Coop with the pass ahead.
Where's the foul? See, Musa, he was with me on that one. It's a go-ahead dunk by Max Christie. For Max, that's his first 2-point basket of the game. Trey Murphy and Derek Queen are at the scorer's table waiting to go in. Alvarado bluffs a 3. Into the paint, leaves it for Eve Misi, and it went right through the wickets, and Dallas picks it up. And it's Brandon Williams with a Euro step inside, and Bill Kennedy's called the foul. It's on Micah Peavy. He's had a ton of fouls here in the last little bit.
The deflection by Gaff. B. Will using that speed. Draw the foul.
It looked like he was.
It looked like he was passing.
Yeah.
Sure. He wasn't even looking at the basket.
So this is some good fortune, you could argue, for the Mavs, as Brandon Williams earns free throws out of it. It's just his 4th point of the game. He had a big 3-pointer in the 3rd that stretched the Dallas lead at the time to the largest lead they've had tonight, 4 points. He can again give them a 4-point lead with a pair of free throws here to go along with the now 5 points that he has. B. Will has 12 assists in this game. Has a steal and has a block. Going into play tonight, tied for 18th in the league in steals per game, 1.6 tonight. Jones missed, but Sadiq Bey has an offensive rebound. And here's Derek Queen, and the 3 is missed, but Herb Jones again. Jones, like a good offensive rebounder, working baseline, and it leads to Fears, but he missed it. And Dallas dodging bullets in the foxhole. Multiple opportunities and good looks there for the Pelicans. Possession winding down. And it's Queen with the rebound off the missed corner 3 by Washington. Leading all scores in the game. PJ's got 24. Murphy will have 24 if he makes this basket, which he miraculously did.
Are you kidding me?
There have been some prayers tonight going up and in for the Pelicans. Derek Queen, Trey Murphy. Now Gaff with 7 minutes to play, leaves it for Williams. Long launch, nice defense, Herb Jones. Pass ahead to Sadiq Bey, transition 3, nope. And a rebound for Christie. Pelicans were shooting for the lead, and the timeout's called by Dallas. And Sadiq Bey had 22 in the last game against Dallas. He's 2 for 9 now after that miss. Timeout Mavs.
By Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play. By SoftTech, software engineering that delivers. By Progressive Insurance, 24/7 protection when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle. And by East Texas A&M, proud education partner of the Dallas Mavericks.
Welcome back to American Airlines Center. This is West Group B NBA Cup action. It would be really hard. No one has done it yet. I suppose there are potential paths out there where a team with 2 losses could qualify as a wild card team. Everybody in Group C, I believe it is, in the West is 1-1 in that group going into tonight. So One undefeated team in Group A was losing at last report. Minnesota was down to Phoenix. So you never know. But the matter at hand is just Dallas needs a win, whether it's a cup game or not. You got Gafford. And Gafford is going to have to shoot a long 2, which is going to end up boomeranging back to him after a little help along the way. And Williams has his feet set in the corner but misses. Now here's Jeremiah Fears, transition. And they just called a goaltend on the foul as well. So score the basket and a chance for a 3-point play for Fears.
Like the aggressiveness by Gaff, but got to recognize when the ball is on the glass.
And that was the case.
Yeah.
So Fears has a chance to give Dallas the lead, or to give New Orleans the lead, I should say, and he does.
Let's go back.
With the clock winding down a moment ago, that was not a 3 that Gafford took, but it was a long 2. He has only taken 1 3 in his career. B-Will off target, kept alive by Gafford, but way upstairs.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Coop reads the pass out by Fears, and right to the basket, follows home his own miss. Mavericks retake the lead. A steal and a stick-to-itiveness displayed on the finish by Cooper Flagg.
Took the page out of Alvaredo's book in that one.
Yeah, he did. That wasn't Grand Theft Alvarado, but it was nice. Oh, and so was that by Queen. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists tonight. And the Pelicans retake a 1-point lead. Then a brief rest for P.J. Washington. He'll return at the next dead ball. He's at the table right now with 5:20 left in the game. And it's defensive 3 seconds on the Pelicans. That's their first of the year.
Great recognition. Doesn't get the first one to go, but that quick first jump puts it back in. It's just the little things that he does throughout the game that impacts winning.
Coop has his 5th game out of 16 appearances of 20-plus points. Having scored 21 now with that last basket. 9 out of 16 from the floor. Max Christie converts on the defensive 3 seconds technical foul free throw. Again on what was the first one of the year against the Pelicans. Max Christie inbounds to Gafford. Hand off to Coop. He's going to drive it, and he will finish again. Going right that time. We've seen him go left and show no fear in terms of doing that. He went right that time, and then it's Fears with a quick answer. Well, let's see if we get some more Cooper clutch baskets, because it is officially clutch time. Last 5 minutes, and this game is all square at 103. Max Christie made 5 of his first 6 threes tonight. He's missed the last 3 threes that he's taken. Still has 19 points in the game for the Mavs. That's a season high for him. Long launch missed by Murphy. Upstairs to the rebound, Gafford. They've got a little bit left in the tank for Derek Lively. He's at the scorer's table to come back in. Under 4.5 to play. Christie on the bounce. Fears first went over the screen, then goes under a screen, and a takeaway by the Pelicans. Jones up ahead. Murphy running the floor. Oh, it's a chase down block by Dallas, and then it's out of bounds. Who got a piece of that? Was that PJ got a piece of it?
So, yeah.
Lively going in for Gafford here.
Derek Lively, the second.
Might have been Coop at first.
I don't know.
There's an overhead look at the miss on the play by Murphy. Murphy 24 points tonight. PJ's got 24 to lead Dallas. Murphy has that 24 to lead New Orleans, and Cooper Flagg 23. Jeremiah Fears, by the way, has 21 in the game. His third 20-point scoring game of his rookie season. 3 away from his career high. Makes a tough pass, but Herb Jones' long arms gathered it in, and then driving baseline for the finish is Derek Queen.
Tell he wanted that basket.
Yes, he did.
Coop guarding him.
And the Pelicans retake the lead. So now it's Coop who drives on Queen, but he'll dish it out. And then Marshall in the paint draws a foul. Jeremiah Fears turned to his head coach and says challenge it, and turns to the referee and says that his jersey was being grabbed.
Straight bully ball. And then the flex after, too.
Yeah. It's like that happened in a competitive practice or two back in the day at Montverde. A little more, Leslie?
That earlier in the season, Cooper said when he was looking at the schedule, what games are going to be important to you, he said, I'll circle the ones against my former teammates.
Well, this one is circled, and it's been a good performance by both former Montverde teammates. Timeout call with 3:47 left. Frankel and Frankel, 3 things to know. Derek Queen of the Pelicans, who lead the game by 1 point right now. He's the first rookie in the NBA this year with double-figure assists. Cooper Flagg already has 6 of his 23 points tonight in the 4th quarter. And it's a big edge for Dallas in 3-point shooting, and we haven't been able to say that much this year. 15 of 42 for the Mavs, 7 of 23 for the Pelicans. To add a little more on Derek Queen tonight, statistician Brian Sperry, the man with the sagacious knowledge of stats. 18 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds for Derek Queen tonight. The last time a non-guard rookie in the NBA posted those benchmark numbers in a game was Kenyon Martin in March of 2001. So it's been a long time since we've seen a forward or center rookie check off these boxes in an NBA game. Marshall ties up the game with the second free throw out of the timeout. There's a play made by P.J. Washington, who shakes his head no at the rookie Derek Queen.
It was a nice move to start. We're talking about Queen and Coop with the spin move, but P.J. able to recover.
Ball into Jeremiah Fears. Fears couldn't find a crevice of space up the baseline. Then he slips. He keeps the play alive. Well done, and found Queen to beat the shot clock off the glass.
Sometimes better to be lucky than to be good.
And both things, I think, were involved there. Here's Coop, and he is bumped by defender Herb Jones. The Pelicans just committed their 5th team foul of the quarter.
So the slip here. Recognizing the clock is running low. Gets to that spot, uses the glass real nice.
That would be an excellent play and great poise under pressure for a veteran. Keep in mind, Jeremiah Fears is a rookie, 19 years old. What just happened here? So out away from the play. Before these free throws coming up here for Cooper Flagg, we've seen technical fouls, or just a technical foul call. Now, typically, you would expect this to be double technicals, but it's only Marshall. Pelicans have a chance to up the lead to 3, and they do. That hurts. So this is what happens.
Typically in those situations they get the second culprit,
right?
But in this situation they got the first.
So instead of free throws to tie the game, you know, you always watch the demeanor of rookies in a situation like that. I mean, we know what Marshall brings to the table from a toughness and intimidation standpoint. Fears, to his credit,
fearless.
Yeah, he was not going to back down. 1 of 2. And so a double whammy in that sequence, a missed free throw and the technical for the Pelicans. So they have a 2-point lead here going into the last 3 minutes. That was a bit overzealous. The foul there is the 4th in the quarter on the Mavs. That's a foul to give, but that's the last one. First foul on Marshall.
He's got to rein it in here.
3:02 left. Here's with it. Now Derek Queen. Zion screens. And it's Derek Queen with the drive and turned away by Lively, and the ball's out of bounds off the Mavs with 4.5 to shoot. That is the first block of the game for Derek Lively tonight. Ball in by Jones. Murphy with Christie all over him, and a little double clutch is off the rim and off the glass. Oh, and Dallas is running, releasing after challenging the shot and scoring. That's Christie. And this thing is tied with 2:36 to go. Max's season high is 21 that he has tonight. Here's Herb Jones and a goaltend. Goaltend is called on Cooper Flagg.
It's like Coop goes through the net. Great pass there and the finish by Max.
Now it's Coop with it. Coop on the bounce, going at Queen. Oh, he scores it! The foul is called too. And an answer back for Cooper Flagg against Derek Queen after Queen had a big basket earlier in the fourth quarter.
Let him know, Coop. Because the coach was like, you can't guard me. Seen this before.
I got something for you.
I got something for you. Take that with you.
Tonight, by the way, is the 203rd career game for Max Christie. Just the third time that he scored 20 or better in his NBA career. His career high is 28. That was with the Lakers. His Dallas high was 23 last year in a game against Miami. He has 21 tonight, but it's Coop's three-point play that puts Dallas in front. More clutch points for Cooper Flagg, and good defense here for Lively. Stood up Zion, who lost the ball, got it back, and scores with a foul. You might be able to stop him once, but it's a big ask to do it twice.
For him to be so big, powerful, that jump just forces you to put you in a bad spot.
So powerful, but so agile as well. And you got to watch where this free throw might go. He is not a great free throw shooter, but does convert on the three-point play. Right around his number for the year. 6 of 9 tonight for Zion. As we noted earlier, he was between 65 and 66% this year. Pelicans up by 2 on the three-point play. Cooper had one, Zion answered, and then Zion Williamson the steal, and he is barreling down the lane. And Dallas gets bodies back to knock the ball out of bounds, but a foul was called on Max Christie. So Christie called for the foul, and Zion headed to the line.
It's the only thing you really can do when he's coming full speed at you. Put him on the line.
And hope for the best. 20 points in 28 minutes tonight for Zion. 1:37 to go. He's averaging 21 points in 31 minutes per game this year. And 21 is the number tonight. The Pelicans, their scoring has come from 4 people, essentially. Beers 21, Queen 20, Zion 22, Murphy 25. 4 20-plus point scores, and the Pelicans surge in front. 5 straight by Zion, 115-111. Coop with a tough shot. Oh, great footwork, and then pillow soft touch on the shot. This rookie has got a bunch in his bag, too. We've seen it from Derek Queen, and we see it from Cooper Flagg. Queen just lost it. Lively to steal. Coop the pass. Taken back by the Pelicans. 1 minute to go. Pelicans ball up by 2. Another turnover, the 20th of the game for the Mavericks. If they don't win this game, that is what they will look back and be very frustrated about. Spin move and a shot is missed by Zion. Defensive rebound by Marshall. Cooper ready for a quick attack. He dribbles across the floor, finds Marshall, lets a rip with an open three. Dallas takes the lead. It's the first three of the game tonight from Marshall, and it's a go-ahead three with 30 seconds left, 116-115. Well, one thing you can say about the October-November 2025 Dallas Mavericks, they play some fun as heck games, man. They play some dramatic games that go right down to the final seconds, and here we are again.
Love the patience here, using the footwork, using the pivot, continue creating angles, recognizing he has a smaller player, just rises up, uses that glass. And Najee just hanging out at the three as a trailer. Knocks down the big three, and you can tell he wants to win this game. With the fire he's playing, anytime you go against your old team, brings a little bit more out of you.
And Coop's got a new career high, by the way, with 29 points. But you said it during the first half. If you said it once, you said it 10 times, man. Dallas, if they were going to come back, they had to lock down defensively. And here's the comparison of what happened in the first half and how much better Dallas has been on that end of the floor the second half. And they got to do it for one or two more possessions here, Devin.
They do. They've been in this position time and time again during this season. And can they learn from their mistakes? Can they do enough to overclimb that mountain? And it starts with a stop right here.
Mavericks 3-9 in clutch games this season. They're in front right now with 30.7 left. New Orleans moves it into the front court, but they can throw it into the backcourt, which is what Herb Jones does. It gives Jeremiah Fears some momentum, but he slows things up to go to Zion Williamson. They double. He'll kick it out. The three is way short, and Dallas has it. Now a trap in the backcourt. Coop splits a double. Passes up ahead to Lively. And now Max Christie has it, waiting for the foul, and there it is at 10.9. For 10 on threes in the second half for the Pelicans. And here's what happened on this most recent three.
PJ gets a hand on it.
Pelicans still have one timeout. Mavericks have two. Max Christie. One more point will equal Max's most points in a game with the Mavericks. Tonight is his 49th game since arriving upon the scene last February. 118-115 Dallas. Timeout New Orleans. Their last one. How about Cooper Flagg's fourth quarter, Devin? Defense, offense, rebounding. And we have seen him score in a variety of ways here, like some defense leading to offense.
Yeah, I said it in the opener. You know, regardless of how he starts the game, the second half is where he's made his hay. Very confident, going to him in the fourth quarter, putting the ball in his hands during clutch moments, and he's delivered time and time again, learning on the fly, throwing him into fire, and he's developed into a nice clutch player. Led to a career-high 29 points tonight.
And 12 of those points have been in the fourth quarter. And bear in mind, this is not his birthday. He's still exactly 1 month away from that day when he will turn 19 years old. 4 boards and a steal here in this fourth quarter as well. For the game, 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Obviously, he's going to be on the floor here to help Dallas get that one more stop they need. They just got to stop a moment ago. What do you think it's strategy-wise? Up 3 here with 10.9 left from the Mavericks' perspective, by the way.
Looking at who they got out here.
Are you thinking foul?
I would think foul.
Mavericks have P.J. Washington, Marshall, Christie, Caleb Martin's in for some defense. Cooper Flag. That completes the quintet on the floor. The Pelicans, you know, this looks like a play Indiana ran some last year. They're going to go 4 verticals here. They got 4 guys in the backcourt and just 1 player to throw in the front court, Derek Queen. And this is a page out of what Indiana was doing a lot last year. Trey Murphy for 3, it's no good. And there's a free rebound underneath. Fierce has it, flips it to Queen to tie. That's no good. Dallas trying to claim the rebound. The ball is free, but now PJ's got it. It's all over. Tippers flaring at the end. The Mavericks have won the game. And let's get out of here and get ready for a game with the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow night. And don't worry about any of this nonsense. 118-115 Dallas. The Pelicans end up 0 for 12 on threes in the second half of the game, and Dallas wins it.
Ends it with some fireworks, but you got to love the fight that we saw in the second half. We talked about them coming out and establishing themselves on the defensive end of the floor. Look at this last play. Trey Murphy gets a good look at it. Bounces around, and Queen has another good look, leaves that short. PJ secures it. We go home.
And then you see the escalation of things after the final horn. Here's another look at that offensive sequence for the Pelicans at the ends and the defense by Dallas.
2 good looks, but big-time situations, got to make shots.
Big-time game, 29 points, career high for Cooper Flag, and he is with Leslie McCaslin right now.
Well, this is a game to be excited about. You guys have been in so many close ones, Cooper. How have you guys continued to fight in these clutch moments?
Yeah, I think just like I said last time I was here talking to you, it's just about learning and growing from those experiences. We came together as a team down the stretch and just made the winning plays.
How fun was it for you to go against your former high school teammate? It was a fun battle for us to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Derek and Jeremiah, both those rookies, I mean, they're incredible players. You know, they've had such good impact already, but, you know, Derek is incredible. You know, that's one of my brothers for life, and, you know, I'm so proud of him and the way he's been playing, so it's so fun to be able to play out here.
What have these veterans like PJ and Max showed you about staying with it and making those threes when you guys have struggled early in the season?
Yeah, I mean, Max has been Mr. Consistent for us. You know, he stepped up ever since game 1 and been our, you know, leading 3-point percentage shooter and just been knocking down shots. And then PJ has been a real leader, you know, since day 1 training camp, and just being a real vet for me.
Coop, you're used to these big moments, but how does the intensity compare so far in what you've seen?
I mean, it's incredible. You know, the fans showed up tonight. They were huge for us. You know, the intensity and the environment here was amazing. So, you know, shout out to all the fans.
Great. Thanks, Coop.
Thank you.
And with that, we wind it up for this fun Friday night. It is a Cup group stage win for Dallas. It's a signature performance by Cooper Flag, and it's a quick turnaround as the Mavericks are back here tomorrow night to play the Memphis Grizzlies. Game time 7:30. Mavs Center Court is at 7. For Devin Harris, Leslie McCaslin, and the whole crew at American Airlines Center, I'm Mark Followell. Mavs Center Court begins on KFAA Channel 29 and across the Mavs TV network after a brief break. For others, stay tuned for your local news. And thanks for watching Mavs TV, your home for Dallas Mavericks basketball.